yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Okay, okay. I got it. 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 Okay, okay. I got it. 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 Okay, Peach, keep that thing swinging, whole gangin'. Every time I see a nigga, what you finna say, man? Okay, Peach, keep that thing swinging, whole gangin'. Every time I see a nigga, what you finna say, man? Ay, ay. Bitch, keep that dough swinging. Bitch, keep that dough swinging.
That's fire. Now try to send this red muscle car tonight. That's the shot.
Do you want to take your stream audio? To the next level. Lucky for you, in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to add your own third-party VST2 audio plugins directly inside OBS Studio. So if that sounds good to you, drop a quick like on this video so other streamers can find this video. And let me show you how to do this dang thing, because it can be a little confusing sometimes, but I'll make it easy for y'all. So first things first, we got OBS Studio open, and you like this beautiful starting soon screen. I actually made it myself, and I have no artistic abilities whatsoever, and I made it in just about 60 seconds or less. I actually used today's sponsor, Kiddle, and it was super friggin' easy. All I did was start a new project. I set my width and height to 1920 by 1080. Then I used Kiddle Copilot, which basically allows me to find and use fun little templates that I can use very easily. I used Kiddle Copilot with Bake Project. I set my width and height to use today's font. No artistic, super friggin' easy. All I did was start a new project. I set my width and height to 1920 by 1080. Then I used Kiddle Copilot, which basically allows me to find and use fun little templates that I can use very easily. All I asked for was a colorful background. Pop that bad boy in. Then I added some text that said starting soon based off another template. And then all I did was save it and download it. And it was literally that easy. So if you guys want to try Kiddle for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can take your stream design to the next level. But let's go back to talking about those audio filters. So once we're inside OBS Studio, you'll notice that when I talk inside the audio mixer, my microphone's getting picked. Professional sound audio filter. Then we're gonna click on filters. Now after a recent OBS Studio update, there are a couple more filters that weren't in the video that I made earlier, but now we got a 3-band equalizer, which basically if we click that, we'll be able to hit OK, and then we'll be able to adjust the high frequencies, the middle frequencies, and the low frequencies of our microphone, which is cool. But if you guys are a visual learner such as myself, you'll want the one that actually shows the different frequencies going, and there's like little bands and stuff that you can adjust. It makes it way easier to understand what the heck is actually going on. So that's why I wanted to make this video to show you guys how you can add your own, if you look down here, VS2.x plugin. So if we click on that and then hit OK, and then you'll be able to select a plugin from here. But if you guys have never downloaded any plugins, then you're not going to have any from this list like I do. But we're actually going to add some free ones, so that means everybody at home can take place, even if you're a broke ass hoe. So don't worry, Sam, I got you. So basically what we want to do is head over to Reaper, which is going to give us some free audio plugins that we can use inside OBS. So let's head on over. I'll also leave this link in the description for you guys, just so you guys can find it nice and easily. But basically, this is just Reaper right here, also known as Reaper plugins. And so these are just free plugins that we can use, and we don't gotta pay a single penny, which is awesome. So we're actually gonna go right here where it says download plugins, and you're gonna choose usually the 64-bit. I'm using a 64-bit system, and most of you guys probably are too. So just whatever system you guys are using, 32-bit or 64-bit. And if you have no idea, you're probably on a 64. But if you're having problems later down the road and it's not working, go back and download the 32-bit and see if that helps. But most of you guys are gonna be working 64. So I'm gonna click on 64-bit. It's gonna start the download. So once the download is finished, we're gonna run that setup process. So I'll see you over there. So I've double clicked that setup program that we just downloaded, and this is what we're gonna be brought with. So if you're on Windows, you have to hit yes before you get here. So just do that. And so basically we're just gonna say, I agree. And then we're gonna see all of the different audio plugins that come with this, which are all free as well. You're gonna see it comes with a compressor, a gate, an equalizer, multi-band compressor, and a bunch of other stuff that you probably don't understand. But that's okay. You at least still have it, and if you want to check it out later, you can. But for right now, don't worry about it. Don't get overwhelmed. It's all good. Just make sure that all parts of the entire studio, it's a new folder called RIA plugins. So basically, if you have just not messed with the OBS installation, the default path, or when you first installed it, you just kind of hit next, next, next. The plugins will figure out where the heck you install OBS. We'll do this, never mind. So click on this little drop out of OBS Studio, and then I'm gonna reopen it, so I'm gonna hit exit. Now I'm back inside OBS Studio, so we're gonna go to the mic, we're gonna hit those 3 little dots, then filters, and then we're gonna add a new audio audio filter with that plus button, and then we're gonna click on VST2.x plugin, click on that, hit OK. We can rename that plugin later, and then we're gonna click on the drop down again, and bada boom, bada bing, we got all of these new plugins right here. So most of these are gonna go way over your head, but basically you got a new compressor, you got delay, you got EQ, you got a gate, you got some other complex stuff that you can feel free to explore in other videos, but we're gonna keep things super simple and just talk about the EQ because that's what is probably the most important for most of you guys. So we are going to click on this RIA EQ standalone. So RIA EQ standalone, just click on that, and then now we're gonna click on Open Plugin Interface. So we're gonna click on that, and now you can see that we have this new EQ plugin. So as I mentioned before, OBS Studio has their own EQ plugin, but it's literally just these little dials, and you can't see the actual frequency. Whereas this right here, the right side of this little graph here are high frequencies, and the left side are low frequencies. So the more bassy and the low end in my voice, that's indicated by this line right here over in the left side of the section, and then all of the like higher and mids are going to be right over here, so low, mid, high. So this way it's a lot easier when you start grabbing these little bubbles and dragging them. You can actually listen and adjust how you want your voice to sound based off of the actual graph and based off of the microphone that you're using. So this just makes it so much easier if you're a visual learner and be able to visualize and see all the different frequency bands and stuff when you're actually making these edits versus just dragging some sliders and hoping for the best. So this is actually very helpful, at least for me, to be able to visualize stuff. So once you've made all of your changes, all you gotta do is hit that little X button and you'll be good to go. And so you can add more plugins if you want, but I would first recommend by hitting right click here and then rename, and then I'm gonna call it RIA EQ, and then just delete the first part, and then that way you know exactly what it is. And so you can add more just by clicking this plus button and then VST2 plugin again, hit OK, and then click on this one, and then you'll be able to pick some more. So if you wanted to use like a compressor as well, we'll go to RIA compressor and then open plugin interface, and then you'll be able to adjust the compressor settings here. So basically doing these third-party plugins are going to give you so much more control over your voice and basically make it sound way better than you can using the stock plugins from OBS, which isn't to say that they're not useful, but for people that want to take it to the next level, you can definitely do it this way. And a couple more things that I wanted to mention. The order of these filters matter. So if you want the EQ to be first and then you want the compressor to be after, then this is how you would have it set up. But if you wanted it the other way around, you drag this down below it or drag this one above it. If I can do literally either of them, please. There we go. And so the order matters, so the compression would happen first, then the EQ, vice versa if you had it flipped. You're wondering what this open interface when active button is. If you just have that clicked, it's going to automatically open the plugin interface every time you open OBS Studio if they're active. So if this eye is closed, that means it is not active, so it's not doing anything. But if you turn it on like that, then it's active. It's up to you whether you want that actually on or off. I feel like most of you guys are going to have these things set once and then forget about it. So personally, I would leave that off. But once you're done with all of that, you'll simply hit close and you're good to go. But as I mentioned earlier, if you guys want to learn how to take your microphone and make it sound even better, then just watch this video beside me, because I hold your hand step by step and show you how to do it in an easy way that even your mom can understand. So go watch that video. My name is Cody, and I'll see you in the next one.
We really needed that power slide.
That would have broken the bank. Let's see if Firefly can help. Boom.
Well, yeah. It's